Welcome to the third episode of Afternoon.
I'm Meredith.
And I'm Haley.
We've got some updates this week on our fish.
The results for the name poll for naming the fish concluded that the fish name is now going to be Clyde.
So thank you for all who voted. In other fish updates, we have another fish.
Yeah, Mr. Tachi will be on later to tell us all about his journey to get the fish here to school.
It's a really funny story.
Yeah,
you're going to want to listen.
Yeah.
2022 is a big year for all sorts of movies. A bit ago, the new Batman movie featuring Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader himself was released in theaters.
The film has a rating of 86% by Rotten Tomatoes, a website that seems misleading from the name, but the reviews are actually positive.
See, I didn't know the Rotten Tomatoes thing was like a positive thing. I thought it was like 86% bad, until I had to look into it. Other action movies coming soon include The Lost City, an action movie featuring Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, released April 8th, and Top Gun Maverick, the upcoming sequel to Top Gun.
Marvel is also releasing tons of new films, including Thor, Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange 2. In other Marvel news, Elizabeth Olsen just renewed her Marvel contract. Fans are hoping that this means an upcoming Scarlet Witch film.
We're going to throw it over to Will for this week's Top 10.
Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of Top 10. Just a quick disclaimer. I know a lot of you guys weren't a fan of last week's Top 10. I'm going to be kind of honest. It was a little rushed, so the rankings probably weren't where they should have been. Yeah, I know. My friend Devin, the sound guy, was pretty clear with me on that after last week's episode. But hopefully this week's is a little bit better. We got Top 10 Disney Channel shows. I even brought back the dinosaurs from the last Try3 show about a year ago. So if you guys remember that, these guys are back along with the goldfish. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. For our first spot on the top 10 list for top 10 Disney Channel shows, we have at number 10, Lab Rats. I feel like this is kind of, the base standard for every Disney Channel show. This aired on Disney XD, which is like, I don't want to say the more male-oriented Disney Channel show, but, it just had like the cooler shows on it. It's three teenagers, they're cyborgs or whatever, they have superpowers. Shenanigans ensue. Number 9, we have Austin and Ally. This is, one of the more musically themed Disney Channel shows. I think it was there's another musical Disney Channel show coming up on this list, but I know that this is one of Haley's favorite Disney Channel shows, and I thought it was all right. At number 8, this one's kind of forgotten a lot, but it's Fish Hooks. Whenever I ask people about this show, they seem to have either forgotten about it or don't remember a lot about it. I don't know, I thought it was a pretty fun show, and I know that one of the guys that voices one of the fish also voices Morty on Rick and Morty, so, animation fact for you, I guess. At number 7, some people are going to be upset about this, but it's Hannah Montana. This one kind of goes on the list because, I don't know, shout out to the girls in my TC because they watched the Hannah Montana movie last year in the TC class. I don't know, I never watched Hannah Montana, never was really a big fan of it, but cool show, I guess. At number 6. We're not moving backwards. At number 6, this is gonna upset a lot of people. We have Jessie. I wasn't a fan of Jessie. I didn't think it was ever like an S tier show for Disney. I thought it was all right at best, but a lot of people seem to adore it, so I thought I'd put it at number 6. Bertram Carries. At number 5, we have Ant Farm. I think that everything that Jessie did, Ant Farm did better. It was funnier. It had China McClain, so that's a win. And I don't know, I just thought the pacing and the comedy in the show was really good. At number 4, this might upset some people, but we had Gravity Falls. Me and the sound guy Devin wanted to place this higher, but we couldn't because Haley and Meredith said the show was either weird or they hadn't watched it, which upset both me and Devin, but I feel like Gravity Falls was a good show. Seuss was a really cool character. At number 3, just a heads up, these next 3 are really interchangeable. I just feel like this is kind of like the top 3 for anyone at any given moment. But at number 3, we have Good Luck Charlie. It's just the iconic Disney Channel show. It doesn't get much better than this. And just great show. Kind of sad that it ended, but I think it had to because it kind of ran out of, steam. At number 2, we have The Sweet Life. So this incorporates both The Sweet Life and The Sweet Life on Deck. Of course, Zach and Cody. I don't remember a whole lot from this show, but when I did watch it, I enjoyed it, and all the 2000s kids seem to have really enjoyed this show. And at number 1, there's no debate. Everyone knows what goes here. It's Phineas and Ferb. They got 105 days of summer. They got to find ways to spend it. They build inventions. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know why the military never hired them. They seem to be really, really smart. And obviously, Agent P, he carries, and just a great show. And with that said, I'm gonna throw it back over to Haley and Meredith.
Thank you, Will. That was a really cool list. What's your favorite Disney show, Meredith?
Phineas and Ferb. I agree with Will 100%.
Phineas and Ferb is good, but I like Liv and Maddie. I feel like that should have been on the
on
list.
there.
But yeah, Good Luck Charlie is really good too.
Well, in response to last week's top 10 list about fast foods, some of our crew asked you all what your favorite fast food places are. So let's take a look at that.
What's up? It's Leo Sosewski, and we're going to be going around asking some people what their favorite fast food restaurant is, because last week Will did his top 10 favorite fast food restaurants, and this week we're going to see what some of your favorite fast food restaurants are. So what's your name?
Jalen.
And what's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Raising Cane's.
Yeah, Cane's is pretty good. I mean, the chicken's pretty good.
Yeah,
the sauce is what it really is. Yeah. Well, I'm being joined here with
Chase Reller.
And Chase, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Probably gonna go with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
Yeah.
Their sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The sauce too, makes the whole thing better.
Yeah, for sure. I'm being joined with this kid. His name's kind of irrelevant. But Keaton, what's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Chipotle is pretty good. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as fast food, but yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm being joined here with
Mason.
And Mason, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Does Domino's count?
Sure, I guess, if you want.
Then Domino's.
Joined here with
Alex Kubish.
And Alex, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Gotta be Cane's.
Did you say Cane's?
Yeah, Cane's. Yeah, Cane's.
So I'm being joined here with
Tori.
And Tori, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Chick-fil-A.
What'd you say?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is pretty good. I'm being joined here with
Abby.
And Abby, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
I'm gonna have to say Kalop. It's somewhere in the cities.
Okay, that's cool. I've never really heard of it, but
It's an Asian food.
sounds cool. So I'm being joined here with
Mason.
And Mason, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's a good answer. So I'm being joined here with
Bryce Gouvet.
And what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
McDonald's, obviously.
I'm being joined here with
Joey Seeley.
And Joey, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
I would say Cane's. If I could, I would get the 25 chicken strip kind of box,
Gotten a lot of Cane's today.
Yeah, Cane's.
I've only been there once, so I'm being joined here with
Drew Smith.
And Drew, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Probably In-N-Out or Orange Julius.
Yeah, good answers. So thank you guys for joining us, and now I'm gonna send it back to the host.
Thanks, you guys. I've never had In-N-Out, but someone said that, and I really wanted to try that.
Yeah, I feel like Shake Shack is In-N-Out, but here, I don't know. Shake Shack's
Yeah.
pricey though, so
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it worth it? Last Friday, the Tigers boys basketball team were in the section final game in Rochester, trying to earn a trip to the state tournament. Mr. Mathis has the highlights.
There was lots of intensity in this game Friday night. After the Tigers stopped Owatonna on their first trip down the court, they passed the ball beautifully and moved the ball beautifully. Then Biden Bean finds Ty Kokenauer for a long shot in the corner, and the three-pointer is good, and the Tigers get the early lead. A little later, here is Herntzer drawing the defense, and he finds Connor Weed on a little backdoor cut for the layup. But Owatonna kept coming back. Here the Tigers look like they have stopped guard Braden Williams, but he somehow splits the defense and gets a layup. And Owatonna takes a 6-point lead into halftime. In the second half, the Tigers came out inspired. Here is Kyle Herntzer as he takes it from the half court, makes a move, and scores to get the Tigers within 2. But the Tigers were hampered by turnovers throughout the game. Here's a pass stolen by Braden Williams. He speeds down the court and finds Ty Krieger, who spins and makes a circus shot. And Owatonna would go on to win 69-61. Zach Kokenauer had 14 points to lead Farmington, and Owatonna's guard tandem of Krieger and Williams had 21 and 24 points respectively, accounting for 65% of Owatonna's offense. The Tigers end the season with 21 wins and 8 losses, and just 1 game shy of a state tournament appearance.
Good job, boys basketball team. You guys had a really great season.
Yeah, for sure. Did you end up going to the game?
No, I wasn't able to go to it.
Neither was I. Wish I would have been there, though.
Yeah, you guys did great. Up next, we have Leo and Ryan Steffes with sports.
So hey, I'm back with some more sports. I'm being joined with Ryan Steffes today. And sports this week is pretty much just going to be NFL talk with me and Ryan. So yeah, a lot of stuff happened this past week in the NFL since the last episode. And what happened first was Davante Adams went to the Raiders. I need to brag to all the Packer fans watching that your top receiver's gone. But yeah, now he's on the Raiders. So what do you think about that, Ryan?
I actually like this move. I think Derek Carr is a pretty good quarterback. I know a lot of receivers, they got traded to worse quarterbacks, so that's not the worst thing in the world. I like Josh Jacobs, the running back. I think their running back has a lot of potential for catching out of the backfield. Yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot for the Raiders. Now they have a top receiver in the NFL. I mean, that does a lot to a team. They're going to definitely improve them. And Derek Carr, I mean, he's not Aaron Rodgers, though. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Davante Adams played with him in college. They were at Fresno State together. I think that was probably a big reason on why he wanted to go there. But he's not Aaron Rodgers. I would say he's maybe a top 10 quarterback. But, again, what do you think about that? Do you think his production's going to decline with Carr?
I think his production will decline. The difference between Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr is Aaron Rodgers makes a lot more off-scripted plays, where he gets out of the pocket and is able to extend plays, where Derek Carr isn't able to save the pocket quite as well.
Yeah. And in other news, the Vikings, I also need to brag to Packer fans about this. We signed your top linebacker, Zadarius Smith. I'm super excited about this. Now we have Danielle Hunter on one side and Zadarius Smith on the other. Super good for our defense, which struggled a lot last year. And I mean, we had a really good offense, and I'm super excited for next season because we got our new coach, our new GM. We got Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. And we still have Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson, which I'm really happy about. I even got my Vikings sweatshirt on to show how happy I am and how excited I am for this next season. So yeah, Zadarius Smith, big signing. What do you think about this, Ryan?
I actually think this is great for the Vikings. I think the Vikings have been very limited the last few years by the talent they had. So I think their coverages were pretty simple. They weren't able to play as fast as they wanted, as many different coverages as they wanted. So hopefully Zadarius Smith will be able to do man coverage on running backs, which is, I know, something they struggled with. And really would just help with the run game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a great linebacker. Like, I watched him play on the Packers, and I always wanted him to stay away from Cousins, but now I'm going to want him to get to the quarterback more. I'm super excited that he's on our team. Big addition. And also, former MVP Matt Ryan went to the Colts. This is a big move for Indianapolis. Obviously, Ryan's getting a little old, probably not what he was when he was MVP, but it's still a big move for the Colts. What do you think about this?
I actually really like this move. I think the Colts were basically a few turnovers away from being a really good team last year, and I think Matt Ryan helps with that, because I think Carson Wentz, despite being more talented than Matt Ryan, had a lot more turnovers and had a lot more mistakes, and Matt Ryan is obviously a veteran quarterback, so I think he'll hopefully cut down on those mistakes, and he'll be able to go behind Jonathan Taylor in that offensive line and defense.
Yeah, the Colts are kind of getting quarterbacks after they're done with teams. Like, they got Phillip Rivers after he was done with the Chargers, then Carson Wentz when he was done with the Eagles, and now Matt Ryan after he was done with the Falcons. And do you think he'll last more than a year? Because Phillip Rivers, obviously, he would have lasted more than a year, but he retired. And then Carson Wentz didn't do great. But the Colts still were decent last year. I wouldn't say they were good. But Jonathan Taylor had an amazing season last year. So, I mean, he was pretty much their whole offense last year. But Carson Wentz wasn't great. Do you think Matt Ryan will last more than a season?
I actually do, because Matt Ryan is significantly younger than Phillip Rivers was when he came. I think Matt Ryan's 36 right now, so I think he can play until at least 39.
I think Rivers was like 38 when he went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like 2 years younger.
Yeah,
but I
so-
mean, Ryan, he's still shown that he's good. I mean, obviously he hasn't been as great the past 2 seasons, but the Falcons haven't been as great as a whole. Like, they lost Julio, he's been getting old. Calvin Ridley, there was obviously all the drama with him. And yeah, and now this is the part that Ryan's really not gonna like. He's really mad about this. Tyreek Hill traded to the Dolphins. This is just huge news. I can't believe this is even real. It like happened like an hour and a half ago or something. And I didn't, like, when I first heard about it, I didn't think it was real. I thought it was some dumb rumor that wasn't gonna happen. But Tyreek Hill apparently got traded to the Dolphins. What do you think about this, Ryan, as a Chiefs fan?
Well, as a Chiefs fan, it's obviously disappointing because we've been so good the last few years, and a lot of that was because of Tyreek. But also just as a Tyreek fan, it's kind of sad for Tyreek because I can't see him having the same level of production simply because I just don't think Tua Tagovailoa is the best quarterback. And if they address it in the draft and try to get somebody else, like if they could try to make a move for Malik Willis, or I don't think Kenny Pickett's really what Tyreek would benefit from either. But yeah, I just think his production will go down, and I think Tyreek was on his way to a gold jacket if he just kept putting up numbers like that, but I don't think he's going to be able to as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be as great in Miami either because he doesn't have Mahomes in Miami. So yeah, that's definitely not going to be great for him because Tua is obviously not Mahomes. I mean, they're even talking about replacing Tua possibly. And I mean, he hasn't shown that he's been great these past 2 seasons. But I mean, then again, Josh Allen wasn't great his first 2 seasons either, so.
See, the difference between I see Josh Allen and Tua.
Josh Allen still showed big plays though.
Yeah.
We still thought that like this guy has potential. And I mean, Tua, we're not really seeing the potential in him.
Yeah, so the biggest problem is Tyreek Hill is obviously a deep threat, super fast. I don't think Tua has the arm to throw it 65 yards down the field when Tyreek Hill springs open. And I feel like if he had gone somewhere like the Jets, which is the other place you had rumored, with Zach Wilson, it would have been a little bit better.
And I mean, Tyreek's getting old too. He's like 28 now. Your speed kind of decreases with your age. And yeah, I think that he might be a little overrated on the Dolphins. I don't think he's going to be nearly as good as he was in Kansas City. And Kansas City now you got Juju, so. Yeah, he's more of a wide receiver too, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, our receiving core isn't quite what it was last year, but hopefully we'll be able to get somebody in the draft, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, because I think we got the 29th overall pick for Tyreek and a few other draft picks, so hopefully we'll be able to get one of those young receivers.
Yeah, so now I'm going to give an update on Farmington Speech Team. So Farmington High School Speech Team had one of its most competitive, successful weekends of the season, with half of the team receiving some sort of placement. FHS came out strong as a team. We placed first in small schools division. This means FHS scored the most points of schools with 20 or less entries. Even with that, the team scored 4th overall, and we're competing with teams that were 3 times our size. This tournament had all of the schools that speech teams will be competing against at sections. The sections tournament is on April 14th at Northfield High School. Students who place in the top 3 in their categories go to state. If this weekend was sections, and it's a good prediction for sections, the team would have sent 5 students to state. Congratulations to the Farmington Speech Team. And now we have an interview with our very own teacher, Mr. Tauchi, the teacher for this class.
Hello. How's it going, Leo?
We got the man himself here. So, Mr. Tauchi, so we got our fish, and as Haley and Meredith said before, the fish has gained a friend. So the fish's name's Bonnie. Well, there's Clyde, and then Bonnie and Clyde, but the fish gained a friend. So how did that happen?
Right. So my daughter, Danica, she's a senior this year. She thought, the fish kind of needs a buddy, like instead of just swimming around all by itself. We went to Petco or whatever the other night, and we got another fish. So to get that fish here, a little interesting. And so I had the goldfish in this bowl right here, right?
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what? I should probably anchor the bowl so it doesn't flip all over my vehicle. So I was like, I'm gonna put it into an ice cream pail so that if a little water spills, it will go into the ice cream pail, right? So I'm driving in the truck like this, and I've got my 36-cent fish, right?
Yeah.
And we're almost to the roundabout past Meadowview when all of a sudden a car steps on its brakes. I step on my brakes, and this whole thing slides down, and all the water goes into my truck, onto the floor, and guess where Bonnie went?
On the floor.
Bonnie went on the floor, and I know, thanks, Devin. So Bonnie's like flailing all over the place, and like there was just a little bit of water for Bonnie. And so I picked up the fish. I got past the cows, got past the silo, went over the 3 bumps, right? Everybody loves the 3 bumps. Grabbed the fish, put the fish, stay here, farmer, put the fish back into here, and then I ran into my room and I dumped Bonnie back into our bowl. And look, Bonnie is alive.
Yeah, thankfully Bonnie's alive, because some of the people here would have been really mad about Bonnie being gone, some of the hosts and stuff. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit about Farmer the Service Dog? What program is he from?
Okay, so Farmer is from Can Do Canines. I've got his backpack here. Whenever we go to Target or Menards or wherever we're going shopping, we take his backpack with. He's from New Hope, Minnesota. If you guys know Miss Pierce, she's the one that actually got our family involved with Can Do Canines. So shout out Miss Pierce, you're awesome. So we have this Farmer is our second service dog that we're training to be a service dog. He could go the autism route. He could go hearing assist. He could go mobility assist, but we won't know exactly what he's going to specialize in as a service dog quite yet until he goes into final training. So that will be coming up. We don't know exactly when that's going to be, but it will be sometime in the near future.
So I understand that you had a Facebook fail. What's that all about?
Okay, so a lot of people you either hate Facebook or you love Facebook. My mom, sometimes she gets hacked. Shout out, I love you, Mom. I always help you, Mom. So my Facebook fail was my college roommate. His name was Mike, and I'm going to change his last name so just nobody looks him up. Mike Swanson. Okay, so I'm on Facebook one night and I get this friend request, Mike Swanson. It's like, that's my college roommate. It's like, I haven't talked to Mike Swanson in so long. So I clicked accept, right? Because I want to talk to my old college roommate. And I'm looking through his pictures like, wow, Mike has changed a lot. Like, he had glasses. I mean, he still kind of resembled what he looked like in college, but it's like, okay, Mike has changed his look a little bit. So I send him message. This happens for 3 months. And I'm sending him messages on my wife and I, where we went and our family photos, and he's sending photos and man, that does not look like your wife either. And so after 3 months of conversing with Mike Swanson, my college roommate, it is not my college roommate. So I unfriended Mike Swanson, and now I'm still looking for one of my college roommates, because I had 10 college roommates in college. So I'm still looking for my college roommate. Yeah.
So you were in high school once. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
But what was one of your favorite memories from when you were in high school?
So Miss Holmes and Mr. Mariska would be proud of me, and Mr. Dalma too. Shout out to you guys. I was that band student that I was percussionist, drummer, jazz band, pep band, marching band, concert band. I lived down in the band area, fixing drums. I was fixing percussion, putting new heads on, wrapping sticks, ordering new sticks. So that was me in high school. And band people are awesome. I get along with the band department, and they're awesome people. Because I was one of those people. I was also in choir too. So Dimmich and Schmeichel, I am one of yours also.
Out of all of the movies you watched, what is your favorite character from the movie?
My favorite character. Okay, so went to Florida with the choir as a chaperone one year, and we went to meet, here it comes, this picture, Chewbacca. And I was so, this is just a character in a room. Thank you, Devin. I was so nervous to meet Chewbacca, and he was huge. I walked into this little tiny room, and it's just me and Chewbacca, and I actually gave him a hug because I was so excited to see Chewbacca, and you can see I'm super happy to be here, and he didn't say anything to me, but yeah, Chewbacca's awesome.
So yeah, you teach students to make movies, but what is your favorite movie to watch?
Okay, so my favorite movie to watch, and I've watched it 24 times, and I still see something new, and Miss Lund and Miss Lauby can probably know what I'm going to say because they show it in AP Psychology, I believe. You'll have to let me know or not. It's called Inception. And Leonardo DiCaprio from
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's about like a dream inside a dream inside a dream.
Yeah, and it just keeps like compounding, dream upon dream. But yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah, I actually watched it once, but I like don't remember it because I was like really tired. So yeah, I was like really I was like pretty much asleep. I think I might have like fallen asleep and woken up a couple times when I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was an interesting concept. It messes with your mind a little.
Yeah.
So do you have any unusual traits?
I have 2 different colored eyes. And so it's a little bit out of focus. There we go. So a lot of students will come up to me and they'll say, Mr. Tauchi, did you know you have 2 different colored eyes? And it's like, yes, I do. So this one is blue, and this one is blue and brown. So, so I have 2 different colored eyes. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right?
I asked what your favorite memory was from high school.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going to ask you, what was college like?
Okay, so college was awesome because I made some really great college roommate friends. We still stay in contact with each other, except for Mike Swanson. I'm still looking for him. But great experience. If you guys think that high school is great, wait till you get to college because it's just it's awesome. You meet so many new people, and they're in your weddings, and you stay lifelong friends with them, and just you get to hang out with them in the summer, especially if they're other teachers and stuff. But so it's a great experience. Be on time for college classes, except for those 7:50 a.m. classes are very early.
So we don't have much time, so you'll have to answer this one quickly, but what made you decide to become a teacher?
I kind of accidentally fell into it because I knew I was going to do television and radio for the rest of my life. And my wife and I, long story short, we moved to Loveland, Colorado. And then they eliminated my job. We moved back to Minneapolis, looking for a job at Fox News, KARE 11 News, WCCO. No one was hiring except for Farmington High School needed someone to work in their technology department and teach kids how to make videos. So kind of fell into that.
Yeah, thanks so much. Now I'm going to send it back to Haley and Meredith.
Thanks so much, Mr. Tauchi. You have a lot of interesting stories that I did not know.
Yeah, I love the movie Inception. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it.
Yeah. Next, Will has a weather update. What's the weather going to look like this week, Will?
Hey guys, I'm back with weather. Just a quick update. I saw a lot of your guys' comments on the top 10, and it's like I said, it's not going to be everyone's top 10. I try to work with people in the class. I'm sorry Gravity Falls wasn't higher, guys. Haley and Meredith felt like it earned that spot. So as we look into the forecast for this week, today, you guys probably noticed it's not looking great. Last week we looked really promising, 50s, 60s. Today, we're not there. We have a high of 38, low of 31, cloudy, rainy, gloomy, just not good. Tomorrow, we're kind of looking to have a repeat. We got a high of 44, a low of 32. Still going to be pretty wet outside, a little bit of rain, maybe even some snow. On Friday, we got a high of 43 and a low of 25. Still pretty cloudy. Guys, I'm not going to lie. Our segue into spring break right now is not looking great. And then on Saturday, you guys got sun. I'm going to be leaving for Orlando pretty soon, so I've kind of just mentally clocked out. I don't really care about Minnesota right now. High of 42, low of 25, sunny. And then Sunday, the warmest it's going to be for the next couple of days, high of 46, low of 34, cloudy, gloomy. It's kind of just all the same. Now I'm going to throw it back over to Haley and Meredith.
Thanks, Will. Yeah, I'm not happy about that snow.
No. Speaking of weather, we went around the cafeteria and asked you guys what your spring break plans were.
Yeah, here's some of what you guys plan to do over this break.
Fun fact.
I'm back, and I'm going to be going around again, and this time we're going to ask people what they're planning on doing during spring break.
What are your plans for spring break?
I'm going to a student council state convention in St. Cloud.
That's super cool. Thank you.
So I'm being joined here with
Peyton.
And Peyton, what are you planning on doing over spring break?
Well, I'm going to hang out with Jeanette.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
What are you going to be doing over spring break?
Probably rollerblading and hanging out with my boy Jake and Dom.
That's really fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm being joined here with
Brian.
And Brian, what are you planning on doing over spring break?
Nothing much. Just working and probably taking a road trip.
Yeah, I'm going to be working too a lot over spring break. I told my manager that I could get some more hours in since I don't have school.
Yeah, that's good. Get that cash in while you're taking a break.
Yeah, of course, of course.
What are your plans for spring break?
Watching Netflix.
Cool, thank you.
So I'm being joined here with
Brendan.
And Brendan, what are you planning on doing over spring break?
I'm going to Florida with my family.
Sounds like fun.
It will be, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So I'm being joined here with
Chris, yep.
And Chris, what are you planning on doing over spring break?
Breaking a lot of things and then fixing them.
That sounds like fun.
It's not going to be. Not at all.
It's not fun?
No, not one.
What kind of things are you breaking and fixing?
Four-wheelers, cars, whole bunch of stuff.
You don't like doing that? I thought you were into that stuff.
I am, but fixing it is a little bit of a chore.
Yeah, I guess.
What are your plans for over spring break?
I'm going to my grandparents' house.
That's fun. Thank you.
So I'm being joined here with
Logan.
And Logan, what are you planning on doing over spring break?
I'm going on vacation to Florida.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Florida's pretty fun, you know. They got a lot of beaches. Yeah, like by the ocean. Are you going to see the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. I love Florida.
Me too.
I'm going to go on vacation to Hollywood, and I'm actually going to do an audition for a film. So,
Wow,
that'll be exciting.
That's really fun. Thank you.
Well, I'm actually ushering at a wedding in Wisconsin, so that's really fun. It's my cousin, and I've known him since I was a little kid, so I'm going to have a lot of fun with that.
That's super cool, thank you.
I'm going to Arizona with my family and the cameraman Jackson.
Yeah, we have her brother Jackson who's on the camera. So yeah, that sounds like fun. Arizona, I'm going there this summer.
I'm going to France and Italy.
That's super cool. Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm going to Mexico with the seniors for their senior trip.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It does, yep. It's going to be wonderful.
I'm going to Mexico with the boys, having a good time.
Oh yeah, Grayson was just talking about that.
Yeah, Grayson's going to be with me in Mexico. We're going to be responsible, take care of the little kid. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah, of course.
What are your plans for over spring break?
I'm probably going to go to work over spring break.
That's cool. Thank you.
You know, I'm just gonna make some money, make some subs, probably eat some subs, and yeah, make more money after that.
That's cool. Thank you.
Thanks for those answers. A lot of them sound like they'll be a lot of fun, and I'm going to send it back to the hosts.
Thanks, guys. Some of you are doing some really cool stuff over spring break.
Breaking news, kind of. The sign language sweatshirts are in, so go to room 2111 to pick up them anytime.
We also have a quick announcement for all of you seniors. Your senior party is coming up fast, June 3rd after graduation ceremony.
Enjoy whirly ball, airbrush tattoos, casino card tables, yard games, laser tag,
board games, bowling, photo booth, hypnotist, caricatures, henna tattoo, and bingo.
Lots of food, and then scan this QR code for more information.
That's pretty much all we have for our show today. And now we are going to leave you with a video of the song Thuleman from the last week's choir concert.
Have a great rest of your guys' afternoon.